Dynamite. Dynamite opened up with Death Riders. With John Moxley hyping everybody up. And then Will Ospreay botched last night and fell. And then that led to the Death Riders versus Rodito and Mystico. It was a fun opening match. This went 12 minutes and 20 seconds. That would have been better if there was a story to it, but yeah.
This stuff is what was left over from the scrap the Foul C took from Pulse
And
to repair
then
Cocoon.
Renee Paquette's backstage. And then the Mark Briscoes and friends are backstage. She wants to know if they feel ready. Darby says no, but they don't feel ready. Because this is Mark's chance to get a title shot, and he hopes they feel the same way. And they have to come together to help Mark. Roderick said he won't forgive MJF for what he did to his friend. And he did his usual Adam. Kyle says you put anything in the ring when you're in the steel cage. That's Tachika's title route. He says Briscoe isn't here, but he'll be in the middle of the ring later to give us all a piece of his mind. Everyone leaves, but Cassidy lays back, and Renee asks how he's doing. Cassidy's fine. And then they both look around in suspense. It was Survival of the Fittest qualifying match. Marina Shafir versus Harley Cameron. This was a fun match. With Harley Cameron winning, which as you expect. So Harley is leaning into a Supergirl look, and yeah, she was dressed like Supergirl. This match was 7 minutes and 57, 7 minutes and 50 seconds, with Harley Cameron getting the win at 7 minutes and 50 seconds. And then after the match, there was a Maya World and Mercedes Moné match coming up on Sunday. Maya said this is a dream match, but Moné said she may have beaten her teacher, but she is now her boss, and she doesn't deal in fantasy and dream matches, she deals in wins. And Will Ospreay versus Elp. This match went 10 minutes and 45 seconds. And then the next match was Swerve Strickland versus Daniel Garcia, which was a really great match. for Strickland getting the win. And Strickland looks to beat up on Garcia sometime more. But will Ospreay save them? And Ospreay looks to show Strickland a powerful hidden blade. He looks to hit Ospreay with the vertebrae, but Garcia saves Ospreay. So Danny gets the vertebrae breaker instead, and Ospreay chases off Nana and swerves with a chair. That's not having a hero here. And then there's a segment backstage with Renee and Paquette with the Don Callis family and MJF. Don Callis hypes up the Union, started with Jack Goro, who flexes for us. He hypes up Kevin Knight, who says Darby Allin should have minded his own business. And Double or Nothing, should have minded his own business. Was Double or Nothing not enough for you? As he calls out MJF and said, when this play date ever. He wants a title shot, and MJF said, whatever, kid. Callis kicks to Okada for this awesome exchange. And then Kyle Fletcher said when the cage is locked, he's coming for Jessica. MJF cuts off Andrade, goes into his usual shtick, saying that he's never worked a 9-to-5 job in his life. He gets porterhouse steaks served to him by the hottest waitresses alive, and he calls Briscoe a blue-collar bee. This is a funny moment where MJF tells Rocky and Trent to beat it. MJF said they had some hiccups last week and he isn't blaming anybody. Cough, Andrade, cough, but they need to be on the same page. Callis has a special gift for MJF, and it's a t-shirt in the vein of the Fletcher and Callis art. Except it's Don and MJF. So it's time for Zack Sabre Jr. versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry. This match for 13 minutes and 15 minutes. It was a good match. With Zack Sabre Jr. getting the win. And then Matt and Nick Jackson faced TMDK, Bad Dude Tito, and Mikey Nicholas. And then afterwards, post-match, TMDK attacked the Young Bucks. Kenny Omega made the save with Jack Perry. Omega and Xavier Exchange strikes. Omega hit a Snapdragon suplex, so then Saber was saved by Tito. Kenny Omega did a promo saying that he takes that as a warm-up. Omega said at Forbidden Door that it would be him against Saber, and Omega said he's out for redemption after he wins. This build has been kind of weak. And the promos haven't helped, but it should be an outstanding match to say the least. I mean, yeah. And then a video package aired about AEW World Champion Thekla facing Stardom Starlight Kid. That's probably like the best story going right now in AEW. And then Queen Aminata defeated Red Velvet by pinfall. This is a 10-minute match, a solid match. So actually I like to see Queen Aminata win. She's actually really good. The Young Bucks were interviewed by Renee Paquette. Matt Jackson said they're on the way to the top of the tag team division. Then Jackson said they'll super kick that Forbidden Door as that was going. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage were beating up the dogs in the backstage area. Yeah, there's a lot of like things. There's a lot of like, I don't know, like this pay-per-view is just always so like the one you're just not looking forward to. And then Tachashka versus Ricochet. This match went 14 minutes. Tachashka getting a win. And then Mark Briscoe cut a promo for the main event segment, which was a great segment. And then and then eventually Mike was cutting a promo, and then Don Callis appeared in the aisle. Mike said he hopes MJF can hear him, and there's MJF attacking him.
We have to go back. I don't see any way over that.
So this Dynamite show had a lot of wrestling, but not a lot of segments. So I don't know. I'm not really excited for Forbidden Door. Like they'll have a good matches, but it's just in lack of like story and build. Like there's really been lackluster.